Hey guys, it's Eric. So today we're going to be replacing the filters on our air conditioning system here in the house. If there's two things that you need when you live in the desert, it's water and air conditioning. You want to make sure you have good clean water. We did that with the reverse osmosis system filter replacement. We also have an in-house water softener, and I'll probably cover maintaining that in a later video. But this time we're going to be working with the AC, and we'll be replacing the filters on these, which is a really easy job, and you want to do this once every 3 months. You can get away with doing it once every 6 months if you don't have anyone in the household that's super sensitive to like dust particles and stuff like that. But if you've got high allergies or anything like that, you want to make sure that you replace these once every 3 months. Okay, our house here has 2 air conditioning systems. We've got one for upstairs and one for downstairs. And the intakes are here on the ceiling in the second story. This is the big one for the upstairs AC. And then if we walk over here, we have a little smaller one here. This is for the downstairs AC. The upstairs AC is bigger because that AC unit is bigger, and it has to work a little bit harder in order to keep the upstairs cool because heat rises naturally. So I'll take you through replacing these 2 filters. Actually, our system has 3 filters, and I'll show you why it has 3 filters. And yeah, it's an easy job. Don't need to call someone to do it. You can handle it yourself. So let's get started. All right, the first part of this is going to be removing the old filters, and for that you probably want to wear some kind of mask, because if they're really dusty, dust can come down and you don't want to be breathing all that stuff in. So basically we'll climb up here and I'll show you what we're working with. Here's the filtration system here. And now these units, or these filters, since they're vertical, they're on the ceiling, it's a little bit more difficult. A lot of AC units, their intakes are actually just close to the floor, and those are easier to do because you don't have to climb on a ladder or anything like that. But these are up on the ceiling. And there's 2 tabs. There's 2 tabs on this grate that will pull it down, and it's hinged on one side. I'll show you what I mean. Just a sec. So here's one tab on that side there, and there's another tab right there. And basically all you do is you pull those tabs down, and then the grate will come down. It's hinged, so it won't come down completely. It'll still hang on the ceiling, but it will come down on one side. I am kind of on the edge here on our stairs, so I'm going to move some things around so it's safer. Okay, I've got some stuff moved around, and I'm going to take the first tab off. Okay, once you've flipped those tabs, this is what the filters will look like. You'll see the grates are hanging down, but they don't come off of the ceiling, and the filters actually stay in place while the grates are hanging down. So that makes it much easier. They don't come out until you actually pull them out. Now, a couple things to make note of when you're at this point is the size of the filters. If you haven't already purchased your replacements, this is where you make note of the size of replacements that you need. So I'll show you those. If you look right up here, you'll see this uses 20 by 20 by 1. Those are in inches, 20 inches by 20 inches by 1 inch. And it uses 2 of those actually. So there's 2. 20 by 20 by 1 and 20 by 20 by 1. So there's actually 2 filters there. And if we look on this side, this one actually uses a 20 by 30 by 1. So, and it uses only 1 filter. So you just want to make note. So you just want to make note of the filter sizes and then go get your replacements. Also, I don't know if you could tell while I was looking up there, but the filters are gray. So that means they're pretty dirty. Now I know for a fact that we bought this house 2 years ago, and I haven't replaced the filters. So these filters are probably 2 years old. I've kind of neglected to do that, but it's time to stay on top of it. So I'm going to replace these 2 filters. I'm going to pull the old ones down. I'll show you guys how to do that, and then I'm going to put the new ones up. A good thing to keep in mind is make sure your AC system is turned off while you're doing this, so that there's no air being sucked into the system as we're replacing the filters. Alright, so it looks like whoever put these filters in actually taped them into place. You can do that and it makes it a little bit easier. There's a piece of tape there, I don't know if you can see it. But I'm just going to pull on that tape and hopefully the filter will come down. And this is why you need to be masked. These filters are really, really dirty. Alright, I'll just pull these down. Piece of paper there. Okay, that's one filter down. The other one's still up there. And I'll just pull that one down too. Alright, the filters are out. Let's go get the new ones. Alright, I'm replacing these filters here with these 3M 1900s. They're supposed to be pretty good at filtering out allergens and whatnot. So hopefully these will be better than those dirty ones that were there. And then another thing to make note of is that these are one-way filters. So there's an airflow indicator here. So the air is going to be sucked up this way. So you want to make sure you install them that way with the arrow pointing up. Alright, let's get the new filters in. Okay, those filters are in place. Now we're going to do the other one. Alright guys, thank you for joining me. I hope you found that video helpful. Remember, replace your filters once every 3 months or so. Thank you for joining me for another problem solved.